What does a colorful life look like for you? For me, it's this shirt representing it for this video. Now think about what your life could like. So if you're suffering with grief right now, it's really hard to access inside your brain what life might look like past this moment, or for tomorrow, or a year from now, right? When I lost my son in 2011, my first son, Nick, I thought I would never see another happy day again. Not a colorful day. Everything was gray. Everything was dark. I just felt awful. And I folded after the first year. The first year was difficult, but the second year was even harder. And after I started getting back on my feet and coming back into living and firing on maybe 4 or 6 cylinders instead of 8, I really felt that, you know, life was just going to be like this. I was just going to exist and kind of really not have much enjoyment. And then I came to a place where I wanted better. I was not content with living my life like this, but I struggled with a lot of shame around that, because I felt that if I moved forward, I would be dishonoring my son, and I would be, you know, it just didn't feel clean. It felt dirty. And maybe many of you are feeling that. What I found was, you know, we can always go to the place where people say, oh, your loved one wouldn't want you to feel that way, or whatever, right? And all that is probably true. However, I decided for myself that I wanted better. And that was a decision. It was a conscious point of decision. Nobody landed it on me. Nobody parachuted it in. Nobody led me to it. It was through my process that I had to get there. And that's why when you're in your process, it's very important to not let anybody push you. Because inside you're doing your work, and it's hard work if you're doing it. If you're avoiding it and things like that, you're not going to increase or find betterment in the ways you might like to find. It'll just come up sometime when you least expect it. But anyway, when I made that decision, I, you know, still felt, but I worked through it. Was kind of like fake it until you make it. But I started to recognize that there was joy in life. And really, you might roll your eyes around this, but what started that was gratitude. Thanks for little things in life that filled me, that put some stack on top of me, a brick of rebuilding, instead of, you know, just feeling torn down all the time. But brick by brick by brick, I got to build a wall for myself that not only protected me from feelings of shame and guilt, and, you know, keep spinning the same things in my mind around the death of my son and the events around it, but I also found that I was beginning to live again. I was able to smile and laugh and not feel guilty about that. I was able to engage in activities that felt worthwhile. And this took, for me, for my journey, it took about 5 years. And then I was still, maybe again, I was firing on 8 cylinders, but now I'm firing on 10. So I am here to tell you that you can thrive. You can live that colorful life. And still, I miss my son every day. And by the way, if you feel like you're getting value out of this, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, or to click on the link below and like this video. It helps me to help other people, because that's what I've been called to. I have a purpose to helping people like yourself and like me, right? So through the things I've learned, and through a system that I've developed for myself that may work for others, and it's so far been successful for many people I've worked with. But I've learned how to live a colorful, full life. And this goes for people who have, like some clients I had that were young, middle 30s women who've lost their husband, and they were single moms with kids, and they didn't know how to navigate life because they were stay-at-home moms. And I've got a couple of those clients that are really rock stars now. They have shined and risen for their family when they were so broken and didn't know if they could function. And but that aside, when we put effort into looking forward and realizing that it can be there for us, at the beginning, just even considering that that's a possibility, you can start to fill in your painting of your life. Fill it in with the colors that look good to you. And it may be just a dot here and a dot there at first, or it may be wearing a shirt that represents something for yourself, or it may be, whatever that is for you. But once you do that, you will start to feel a little bit of momentum. And if you recognize and honor that momentum when it happens, either in your mind or record it on your phone or put it in a journal, you will begin to find some inertia around your recovery and finding a life that's really can be rewarding again. That's what I've found. And I found that people who don't do their work, they may sit in time and wait for time to heal them, but it never really heals them. It just kind of puts a Band-Aid on stuff. And some people choose to walk in that way. I did not. And I don't want that for you. I want you, after a loss, to come back to what is a fruitful and good life for yourself. So I hope you found this helpful. I appreciate you watching, and I look forward to you watching some other videos on my channel that are helpful for you. And in the meantime, I encourage you to first survive if you're early in your loss, then to strive if you're in the midstream of your loss and you're just trying to get back on your feet, and hopefully eventually maybe even thrive, because that's where we can if we put in the right steps for our grieving process. This is Harold. Appreciate you. Thank you.